So this is an early one for me. So Kell, Brook, and Khan finally happened. I was a bit cynical in the build-up, if I'm being honest. And well, this is my opinion, the David Watson opinion. I'll be honest straight up. Even during the build-up, I was saying to people, it's not a fight I'm prepared to pay to watch. I'm just not. I didn't care. I thought it was like a lot of people, 10 years too late. And I still believe that 10 years ago, that would have been one of the biggest fights in British boxing history. Certainly the biggest fights of either of their careers. But I did end up watching it. I did end up paying for it. I'm pleased I did. I really bloody enjoyed it. It was a great fight. I did think that Brook was going to win. I thought that in the build-up. I've always thought that Brook was potentially had Khan's number, but I wasn't convinced. By no stretch of the imagination would I have backed Brook with any certainty. It's just like I always fancied him to have Khan's number. And in the build-up, well, it was actually Saturday morning. I read an article by Jeff Powell, a boxing writer, who said that he felt the fight would come down to who had the most left in the tank at the age of 35. And I thought his write-up was a really good analysis of that going into the fight. And basically what happened is I got him from work after a long shift, and my brother was like, do you fancy getting the fight anyway? I was like, yeah, why not? What the hell? And we got caught up in the hype. And it was worth it. It was worth it. But I got a sense there were a few things that happened and a few things that went on. Everyone has always known that Kell Brook had it in for Khan. It just was pissed at Khan and has been for years. Because, like he said, he just never felt he got the respect and recognition from Khan that he deserved. So in that sense, it was always a grudge match. And up until last night, I always felt that actually the thing for Khan was that he was just the bigger name. He was the golden boy from the Olympics, well, silver boy, but, he had the more successful career in many respects, amateur as well as professional. And he fought in America. And Kell did fight in America, don't get me wrong. But Amir Khan, for whatever reason, was really well known in America. In boxing circles, Khan was well known around the world. And people who were not massive fans of boxing knew who Amir Khan was. On both sides of the pond, in the States, people knew who Amir Khan was. Unless you were a boxing fan, unless you were from Sheffield, a boxing fan, you didn't, and Fuerteventura, because that's often where Kell Brook trained, you didn't have a clue who Kell Brook was. And for me, I always believed that the main reason Khan didn't give Kell Brook a fight when it could have been massive was just because he was making money because he was a bigger name. And he just didn't need to. Because for quite a few years, Khan said, look, if you had a world title, I'd give you a fight. When Kell Brook got his world title, Khan was just like, there's bigger fights for me. And that, possibly from Khan's perspective, was true. But last night when they started fighting, and it's easy to say this, once you've seen the result. So it's not like, it's a little bit like no shit, Sherlock. But Kell's intent could be seen. I haven't seen him that fired up for years, if ever. It really mattered to him. And the minute that he hit Khan and Khan rocked him, it was just like Khan knew something. And I got the impression throughout the fight that Khan always knew that Kell had his number. And I suspect that's the truth behind the grudge. Khan avoided is too strong a word, because Khan has been in with some phenomenal fighters. So he's no coward by any stretch of the imagination. But sometimes a boxer just knows that it's not that the other guy is a better boxer. It's just the other guy, your style fits him perfectly. And that's the impression I got, is that Khan always knew Kell was going to be a difficult night's work. And that even at his best, Kell just had him figured out and was always one step ahead of him. And for me, that's what it looked like last night. And it's like Kell always knew that, which might explain why Kell's been so angry at him for years. So it was a great fight. I do hope Amir has woken up this morning and he isn't feeling too bad. I hope there's no injuries. If he wants to retire, retire. If he doesn't, it's up to him. But it certainly looked like his best days were behind him. He was a phenomenal boxer in his day. People will dispute as much as they want whether he could have achieved more or whether he achieved exactly what his level was. I don't know. I've never shared a ring with him or anyone else. But well done to Kell Brook. Amir Khan, I hope you and your family are healthy and well. And if Kell Brook can keep that fire in his belly, good luck in your next couple of fights, mate, because you were world class last night and it showed. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think.